Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodu. The President Bola Tinubu on Monday suspended the Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, Betta Edu, following widespread anger over an alleged 585 million naira scandal. A statement by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the President, Ajuri Ngelale, said President Bola Tinubu suspends the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Edu, from office with immediate effect. Tinubu on Sunday directed a comprehensive inquiry into the alleged 585 million naira scandal in the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Similarly, President Bola Tinubu on Monday directed the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukede, to investigate all financial transactions involving the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. Dr. Betta Edu was the minister in charge of the ministry until the president suspended her on Monday. Besides her suspension, Tinubu directed that the anti-graft agency to probe transactions of agencies under the ministry. This was contained in a statement by the Special Advisor on Media and Publicity to the President, Ajuri Ngelale. Edu came under criticism after a leaked memo on December 20, 2023, revealed that she directed the Accountant General of the Federation, Oluwatoyin Maiden, to transfer 585 million naira to a private account owned by one Oniyelu Bridget, who the ministry claimed currently serves as the project accountant, grants for vulnerable groups. In a related development, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has invited the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, to its headquarters located in Jabi, Abuja, over an alleged 585 million naira scandal. The invitation came less than an hour after President Bola Tinubu announced Edu's suspension from office through the Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngelale. The Anti-Graft Agency's chairman, Ola Olukede, had earlier recommended the suspension of the minister to the president to pave the way for proper investigation. The commission swung into action immediately after the president ordered a thorough investigation into the alleged payment of 585.189 million naira grant meant for vulnerable groups in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ogun, and Lagos states into a private account. The Minister of Interior, Dr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, will on Monday launch the first online portal for passport application in Abuja. According to Tunji, an online passport application platform has been established for both international and Nigerian applicants. The minister said the automated application system was 99% done, adding that the process would include uploading passport photos and supporting documents, stating that Nigerian applicants who want 32-page passport with 5-year validity would pay 25,000 naira, while those who want 64-page passport with a 10-year validity would pay 70,000 naira. Meanwhile, foreign applicants who wish to apply for passports with a 5-year validity period and 32 pages will pay $130, while those who prefer passports with a 10-year validity period and 64 pages will pay $230. The Supreme Court on Monday dismissed the appeal by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate in Benue governorship election, Titus Uba. The Governorship Election Petition Tribunal and the Court of Appeal in Abuja had affirmed the election of Hyacinth Alia as governor of Benue State. Not pleased with the judgment, Uba approached the Apex Court for redress. Alia of the All Progressive Congress was declared the winner of the state's governorship election in March 2023. Alia, who is a Catholic priest, was also given a certificate of return by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The INEC returning officer, Professor Farouk Kuta, said the APC candidate pulled 473,933 votes to defeat his closest rival, Titus Uba of the People's Democratic Party, who scored 223,914 votes. 5 persons have been confirmed dead and 30 others rescued in a boat accident that occurred in River Niger around the Miata Anam in Anambra West local government area of Anambra State. It was gathered that the boat was sailing from Kogi State to Anambra through the River Niger before it got capsized at the Miata banks of the river. The incident happened on Sunday morning. Though the deceased persons have not been identified, they were said to hail from the riverine part of Kogi State and were traveling by water to Onitsha for various businesses. Most of the victims were women and children. Rescue operators who arrived at the scene some moments later dived into the waters and recovered their lifeless bodies, and they were deposited by the bank of the river. They were able to count over 10 lifeless bodies as rescue operations were still going on. The Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria has warned doctors against denying patients access to healthcare services during strike actions. The registrar of the MDCN, Dr. Tajuddin Sanusi, disclosed this in a letter dated January 4, 2024, and addressed to the Committee of Chief Medical Directors and Medical Directors of Teaching Hospitals, Federal Medical Centers, and Specialist Hospitals. The registrar said the new rule is based on the recent penchant of registered practitioners to engage in industrial action, including strike, to enforce their labor rights. According to the letter, patients on admission must not be discharged merely because of the strike action. It added that accidents and other emergency pediatrics units must remain open and manned by practitioners who had been scheduled on rosters based on the provisions of the Medical and Dental Practitioners Act. Former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Umar Farouk, has arrived at the office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to offer clarification concerning her stewardship. Umar Farouk arrived at the headquarters of the EFCC to honor the invitation by the anti-graft agency to offer clarification in respect to some issues that the Commission is investigating. The former minister had earlier indicated her readiness to honor the Commission's invitation. The EFCC is investigating money laundering amounting to more than 30 billion naira in agencies her ministry supervised during the Muhammadu Buhari administration. The 6th Division Nigerian Army Port Harcourt destroyed 233 illegal refineries during Operation Stillwater 3 in 4 states in 2023. The 4 refineries destroyed were located in Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Delta, and rivers of the South-South region. General Officer Commanding the Division Major General Jamal Abdul Salam made the clarification on Monday in Port Harcourt on the sideline of the 2023 West African Social Activities Celebration of the Army. Abdul Salam assured that the Army would consolidate its achievement in 2023 to enable the federal government to attain its set target for crude oil production in 2024. According to him, the Army can only meet expectations if troops remain dedicated and committed in the discharge of their collective responsibility, noting that troops also impounded 72 trucks and other vehicles and recovered more than 356 arms and ammunition during the period. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has notified the public about 5 contaminated syrups allegedly going around in World Health Organization regions. The notification, signed by the Director General of the agency, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, in Abuja on Monday, the agency listed the WHO regions to include America, Eastern Mediterranean, Southeast Asia, and Western Pacific. It stated that the 5 oral liquid dosage from syrup and suspension were also detected in the Maldives and Pakistan, and that some of the affected products have also been detected in Belize, Fiji, and Lao People's Democratic Republic. The agency listed the syrups as Allego syrup, Amidon suspension, Mucorid syrup, Ocofin suspension, and Zincell syrup, adding that a total of 23 batches of the product are affected and that the stated manufacturer is Pharmix Laboratories Limited, Pakistan. The routine screening detected potentially unacceptable amounts of diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol as contaminants. Lagos State government has urged waterways users and stakeholders on the need for patience and calm following the purported Supreme Court judgment over the control of the nation's waterways, particularly in the state. The State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Lawal Pedro SAN, made the urge on Monday in a statement while reacting to an earlier press release by the National Inland Waterways Authority on the Supreme Court judgment. Delivering its judgment on the suit concerning the dispute, a 7-member panel of the Supreme Court, led by John Okoro, said it was unlawful for state government to seek to control the nation's inland waterways. In the late judgment written by Okoro, the Supreme Court held that the existing law confer exclusive control of activities in the inland waterways on the federal government through its agencies, the NIWA and the Nigerian Maritime Standard and Safety Agency, and no other tier of government. The Lagos State government had created its state's Lagos State Waterways Authority in 2008 for the management of its waterways. You're watching News Prime live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. News Prime continues shortly after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back from the break. You're watching News Prime. One person has been confirmed dead in a fire outbreak at the engine oil depot in Kano. Several buildings housing the facility were also destroyed by the raging fire. The depot is located at the Hotoro Eastern Bypass. Firefighters from the State Fire Service rushed to the scene to put out the fire as residents of the area fled for safety. According to an eyewitness, the fire outbreak occurred at an oil tanker loaded with oil arrived at the facility. Details of the level of damage caused by the fire were still sketchy. Moving to Taraba State, the Taraba State government has announced plans to reintroduce history as a subject in the basic education curriculum in schools in the state. The state governor, Abu Kefas, made this known when he hosted journalists to a dinner in Jalingo, Taraba State. History was removed from primary and secondary school education curriculum in the 2009-2010 academic session. In November 2022, the federal government reintroduced history as a standalone subject in the basic education curriculum in Nigeria 13 years after its abolition. The governor noted that in no distant time, primary school teachers in the state must be first-degree holders, while secondary school teachers must have a minimum of master's degree to enhance the quality of education in the state. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, has vowed to eradicate all forms of round-tripping and poor farmers' data in the sector, including other impediments negatively impacting food security and production. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is fully committed to addressing the issues of round-tripping and poor validation of farmers' data, he said. Kyari stated this in his address during a visit of the Governor of Jigawa State, Umar Namadi, at the headquarters of the ministry. He also acknowledged that this could be achieved through collaboration with state and local government, traditional rulers, and non-governmental organizations. He further stated that with the stringent measures put in place, the distribution of farm inputs will be done transparently and the targeted farmers will receive them. And on the foreign scene, 2 Kung Fu coaches were handed death sentences in China on Monday following their arrest last year for a 1997 poisoning that killed 7 children. The men planted a rat poison in food at a matcha art school in China's eastern Anhui province due to a business conflict with its boss, and then evaded prosecution for nearly 26 years. Defendants Fu Zijie and Zhu Lin were each sentenced to death for a crime of poisoning by the Intermediate People's Court in the city of Ma'anshan. According to an online platform, the court stated that around 1994, Zhu and another man, named Peng, entered into a dispute while running competing martial arts schools in the area. The two defendants then conspired to retaliate for their grudges by pouring 2 packets of rat poison into the food at the Peng school on June 29, 1997. The 2 culprits were identified by authorities as suspects but were not arrested until May 2023. Fu in Fujian province on the eastern coast and Zhu in the southwestern Kuzun province. The number of people unaccounted for after Japan's New Year's Day earthquake more than tripled on Monday to 323, while the death toll rose to 168, according to local authorities. A heavy dumping of snow, meanwhile, complicated relief efforts a week after the 7.5 magnitude quake, with more than 2,000 people still cut off and many others lacking power or forced to take shelter in crowded emergency sites. A new list published by Ishikawa Prefecture in the central Japan on Monday showed that the number of missing people soaring from 31 to 281 in Wajima, one of the worst hit places where the earthquake flattened dozens of houses and the major fire devastated a large area. In the prefectural city of Suzu, a woman in her 90s managed to survive 5 days under the wreckage of a collapsed house before being saved. The regional government warned that days of rain increased the risk of further landslide, while the fresh heavy snow, more than 10 centimeters in places, could cause more buildings to collapse under its weight. And talking business, the United Nations has said that Nigeria's rising debt, increasing inflation rate, and its impact on the welfare of the citizens puts the nation at risk of declining economic growth in 2024. The UN made this known in its World Economic Situation and Prospects Report for 2024 project on Monday. Nigeria's inflation rate stood at 28.2%, with the debt profile of about 87.38 trillion naira by the second quarter of 2023 from 49.85 trillion naira in the first quarter, which amounts to about 75.35% increase, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. The United Nations also estimated an increase in Nigeria's growth rate from 2.9% in 2023 to 3.1% in 2024. According to the report, Nigeria's policy reforms enacted in 2023, especially in the hydrocarbon sector, contributed to the moderate improvement in the country's growth prospect for 2024, with 3.1% gross domestic product growth forecast. Policy reforms enacted by the government of Nigeria in 2023, especially in the hydrocarbon sector, have contributed to a moderate improvement in the country's growth prospect for 2024, with GDP growth forecast at 3.1%. The Central Bank of Nigeria has paid $2 billion to clear a part of its backlog of matured foreign exchange obligations to the deposit money banks. Reports have put CBN's forward contract obligations to banks at $7 billion. The delay in the payment of the debt has been said to be responsible for the current volatility in the forex market, a situation that has led to the falling value of the naira against the US dollar. According to a statement by the CBN, foreign airlines also received $61.64 million from the disbursement aimed to address the pending matured foreign exchange owed to them. The CBN Acting Director of Corporate Communications, Kama CD Alia, said the move underscored its commitment to resolving pending obligations and functional foreign exchange market. CBN reportedly owes foreign airlines over $700 million. The Naira has depreciated by 38.9% against the United States dollar at the official INE window of the Central Bank of Nigeria in the past 3 months. Data obtained from the FMDQ Securities Exchange revealed that the local currency fell from 745 Naira 19 kobo to a dollar on October 3, 2023 to 1,035 Naira 12 kobo as of January 3, 2024, while the Naira depreciated from 471 Naira to a dollar to about 700 Naira to a dollar at the official market shortly after the announcement of the exchange rate unification policy of the CBN in June 2023. The local currency had fallen further in the past few months to over 1,000 Naira to a dollar at the parallel market. The local currency has been trading around 1,220 Naira to a dollar in the recent weeks. Specifically, the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as well as the Nigerian Association of Small-Scale Industrialists, said their members were already scaling down operations over the development, a situation that might lead to the sack. Lomo Okere for more business news update.
Hello and welcome to Business Report on Prime News. Nigerian Foreign Reserve has reacted positively to the announcement of a loan from the African Import-Export Bank. CBN data shows that the reserve witnessed a significant increase to $33.042 billion as of January 3, 2024. Similarly, the Naira reversed its loss position to commence again on Thursday, January 4, as a result of the development. Foreign exchange reserve increased to $33.042 billion as of January 3, 2023, according to data from the Central Bank of Nigeria. According to the Minister of Finance, Wale Edo, the amount represents the bank's first tranche of 33.3 billion naira facility to resolve the acute FX shortage that has hampered the economy. Muda Yusuf, Chief Executive Officer of the Center for Promotion of Private Enterprises, says the Afrexim Bank Fund is going to help to stabilize the market further once the CBN can clear the backlog substantially. Subsequent inflow will now be used to intervene directly in the market after the backlog has been cleared. The Nigerian Exchange Limited finished the first week of 2024 on a positive note, buoyed by sustained investors' confidence in listed companies. This momentum has instilled optimism for a potential bullish market in 2024, bringing all-share index up by 6.54% to close at 79,664.66 points. Similarly, all indices finished higher except NGX Growth and NGX Sovereign. Bond indicates which depreciates by 6.38% and 1.21% respectively, while the NGX ASEM index closes flat. Market analysts have said that the stock market have been quite eventful and bullish in 2023 and can reasonably project further improvement in 2024 as more companies approach the market for listing and public offering. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
And to get more entertainment news updates, let's join Annabelle.
Sheyi Vibes sponsors primary school education of girls singing his song. The heartwarming gesture was inspired by the girl-spirited rendition of one of his hit songs. In a touching display of generosity, the singer has pledged to sponsor the education of a young girl in honor of his late mother. The singer lost his mother in March 2023 on a day he described as the darkest day of his life. His generous gesture was inspired by the girl-spirited rendition of one of his hit songs, Paraboy, from his memory card EP released in 2023. The unnamed girl, captured in a viral video, belting out the tune, caught the singer's attention with her passion and talent in January. Touched by her performance, Sheyi took to Instagram to announce his decision to invest in her future. His word reasoning with fans who applauded his compassion and commitment to nurturing young talent. This act of kindness not only extends support to young girl, but also serves as a beautiful tribute to Sheyi's mother, highlighting the enduring legacy she left behind. It's a heartwarming render of the power of music to connect and inspire, and the ripple effect of generosity that can change lives for better. Nigerian-American actress Ayo Idibere won Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy for her performance as Sydney Adamu in the series The Bear at the 2024 Golden Globe Award last night. For the award, she went head-to-head with Rachel Brosnahan, Quinta Brunson, Ellie Fanning, Selena Gomez, and Natasha Lyonne. The Bear, a series about a cutthroat McLean-star-obsessed restaurant, was nominated for 5 awards and won 3 last night, including Jeremy Allen White for Best Performance by an Actor in a Television Series, Musical or Comedy, and Ali Wong for Best Performance by an Actress in a Television Limited Series, Anthology Series, or TV Movie. Other big winners, including Barbie, which had the most nominations, snubbed only 2 awards. The HBO hit series Succession snagged 4 awards, and Killer of the Flower Moon star Lily Gladstone won for Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. Renowned American rapper Ja Rule has made an impactful commitment to education by announcing his plan to build a school in Ghana. The multi-talented artist shared his vision in a post expressing his desire to contribute to the educational landscape in the West African nation. Ja Rule hoped on X to announce plans to build a school in Ghana. His philanthropic effort arrives after the former Mother International hitmaker revealed he signed a new record deal potentially worth $100 million. Ja Rule, known for his chart-topping music career, has increasingly ventured into philanthropy and social initiatives. The announcement of the school project reflects his dedication to making a positive impact beyond the realm of entertainment. The Queen's native joins the list of 8 celebrities like Michael Blackson and Lil Jon teamed up with Pencils for Promise, an organization that builds schools in developing countries like Ghana, donated to the program and helped build a school that later enrolled 300 children. This effort in contributing to education and society has impacted many. The rapper did not just provide specific details about the school's location or timeline for construction, but affirmed his commitment to working to ensure the project's success. Chunk Adamel Joseph reporting for Global TV News.
In sport, President Bola Tinubu has cleared the outstanding payment and federal government owed the Super Eagles and other sporting teams of the country. According to a statement on the X handle of Tinubu's media center, the payment entails the clearing of the senior national team coach salaries running up to 15 months, payment of allowances and promises due to the senior national teams, female and the under-20 national team. Recall that in 2020, the Super Eagles complained that the federal government was yet to release the 1.5 billion naira approved for them to compete at the 2019 African Cup of Nations. Birmingham hired Tony Mowbray on Monday as their new manager to replace sacked Wayne Rooney. Former Sunderland and West Brom boss Mowbray agreed to a 2.5-year deal with the Championship strugglers. He is Birmingham's third manager this season after the dismissals of John Eustace and Rooney. Mowbray was sacked by Sunderland in December after 15 months in charge, despite guiding them to the playoffs last season. Former Manchester United and England star Rooney was axed by Birmingham after just 83 days in charge, having replaced Eustace, and in October, Rooney managed just 2 wins in 15 games as Birmingham slipped from 6th to the Championship. The Super Eagles of Nigeria lost 2-0 in a friendly game on Monday against Guinea in preparations for the 2023 African Cup of Nations scheduled to start on the 13th of January in Cote d'Ivoire. The friendly match was played at the Abaniya Stadium in Abu Dhabi. The official X page of the Super Eagles, which gave timely update on the match, noted that the Guinea scored the first goal in the 14th minute of the game. Furthermore, a penalty was awarded to Nigeria in the 19th minute. When Umar was hacked down, Eagles struggled to equalize as the first half ended 1-0 in favor of Guinea. Let's now join the sporting desk for more sporting stories. Friends, welcome to Sports News Update. Tyson Fury could sensationally pull out of his upcoming undisputed fight against Alexander Usyk on February 17, claims the former welterweight world champion. Fury is set to go up against the feared Ukrainian fighter for all the marbles in Saudi Arabia next month, after negotiations stretching back to last year. The Gypsy King last fight saw him come through a scare against former UFC fighter Francis Ngannou in what was his first pro boxing bout, which has led to punters believing Usyk has a good chance of defeating him. Fury had been shockingly dropped in the third round of the contest against Ngannou, and there have been questions over his condition, with his own father, John, telling Mailsport that he looked well off the pace. And after seeing Fury sidestep Usyk last year before being rocked by the powerful Cameroonian, who he beat on split decision, there has been claims that he may choose to avoid Usyk too. João Felix has been tagged as a generational talent with mentality problems as the wheels threaten to come off his loan at Barcelona despite a 900% pay rise. The Chelsea flop is enjoying a poor run of form and is unfancied for the Supercopa de España semi-final against Osasuna on Thursday. He had a promising start at Barca, his dream club, but familiar signs are re-emerging for the trickster cast aside by Atletico Madrid. That's despite his salary being multiplied tenfold to more than £3.4 million now that Barcelona have more financial wiggle room. Barca managed to register the 24-year-old on small change for a top-level player due to his financial struggles, but had to elevate his wage when their bank balance allowed. Paris Saint-Germain have denied allegations they tried to pressure the organizer of Ballon d'Or into giving Lionel Messi the prestigious honor in 2021. After his long reign of success in Barcelona, the Argentine star had joined PSG earlier that year, but was in close-run contest for the top prize alongside Polish striker Robert Lewandowski. The French giants have been accused of trying to influence those at France Football magazine who decide the winner of the Ballon d'Or so that it would fall in favor of their new signing Messi. Le Monde reports that an ongoing legal investigation claims PSG were lobbying for Messi to get the honor by offering gifts and other benefits to Pascal Ferry, who was then editor-in-chief of France Football and responsible for organizing the Ballon d'Or. A probe from the General Inspectorate of National Police claims that Ferry received match tickets and a business class flight from the Paris club in 2020 and 2021 when he was still in charge of France Football magazine. Kylian Mbappe will join Real Madrid next season after reportedly reaching an agreement with Los Blancos earlier in the week, according to Foot Mercato. The last 2 summers have seen both Mbappe and Real Madrid involved in transfer sagas, with all things seemingly pointing towards a stunning move on both occasions. However, Real Madrid were left red-faced on both occasions. Therefore, Real Madrid were eager to avoid a third defeat when discussing a potential transfer with Mbappe, who will be out of contract at the end of the season. According to Foot Mercato, Mbappe reached an agreement with Real Madrid a few days ago and committed his future to the La Liga giant after refusing to extend his stay at Paris Saint-Germain. However, reports are stating that the financial package on offer from the Spanish giant is lower than those that were presented to the 25-year-old during negotiations. That's it on News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and all the handles now showing on your screen. I am Anthony Momodu saying thank you for watching and see you again.